watchinglooklocal.com. Yeah.
Today my goal is to work the chest. I'm going to start out with some decline and warm up a bit. Today my chest routine is going to be consisting of the decline bench press, which is what I'm doing right now, trying to warm up a bit. Then I'm going to try to do some dumbbell flat press. Then try to do some dumbbell incline press. Trying to rep out the warm up. I always recommend doing warm up. Now, I do remember when I first started training, I didn't warm up much. Of course, then I was much younger. So sometimes, depends on age, you may be able to get away with it. But as you get older, you may want to warm up a bit. I'm going to switch now to the incline. Get myself ready. It's not absolutely necessary. Truth is, sometimes I warm up with about 3 sets. You know, there are days when I feel like going into the gym or coming into my own gym. Days when I want to try something different, work out with a friend, that have a new routine, something new for me to test and try. Days like those, I'm motivated to get in the gym. You know, I just wake up on the right side of the bed and I'm thinking about working out. You know, it's like a job. Some days I don't want to go, but I know there's a price, or there's a payment, and I gotta pay the bills, and I go because I want to get paid. Honestly, sometimes it's the same, because you know, there's something about training, it kind of gets your mind out of the regular routine. And then finally, the definition, as your body begins to respond to the training. And I think about those things and I'm like, yeah. And of course, there's nothing like being in shape to motivate you. Because you think to yourself, I worked this hard to get here. I don't want to lose it. Just your current state kind of move you to keep going, you know? So I think a lot of the times, maybe about 60% of the time, I'm motivated to get into the gym because of those reasons. The results, where I am and wanting to stay there, more so than the excitement of getting in. I've increased the weights on the decline. I'm going to try to increase the weights on the incline and flat bench as well. I want to talk a little bit about being consistent and persistent. Just give me a minute. I'll be right with you. When you train alone, you gotta be real careful. There's no spotters around, so you gotta watch your weight. Make careful you can handle it. Because you can kill yourself. on. Be right there. It's possible to be persistent and not consistent. It's also possible to be consistent and not persistent when you train. If you want results, you need to be both persistent and consistent. Being persistent is about fighting against opposition to reach our goal. Of course, as bodybuilders, when we train, the opposition is lack of results that we may see. To have results, we need to be consistent. And persistent. If we don't see change, we cannot give up. We have to keep fighting, keep trying something different, keep at it until we see change. Persistence is about fighting and not giving up. And when we train, we must do so if we need to see results. Give yourself a good 6 months or so. Keep at it. Now, with respect to being consistent, it is not enough to be persistent if we're not consistent. What I mean by that is, if you train and you're fighting and working hard for about a good week, but you do nothing the next week, your training is sporadic. But when you do train, you're fighting and you're giving it your all, you still won't see any results. In addition to being persistent, we need to be consistent at being persistent in order to see results. In other words, we can't be sporadic in our training. If we get a schedule of 3 days a week, we keep that, we hold on to that consistently for a length of time to see results. And when we do train, we train with determination and effort, persistently trying to reach our goal. And in time, we'll definitely see results. Now, if we are consistent and not persistent, this too is ineffective. If you're going to train consistently, you stick to your schedule, but there is no drive, no determination when you train, then the results too will be minimal. You will be sticking to a schedule, which is good, but without drive and some determination behind you, the body won't respond. So the two must go hand in hand to get results. So, if you're gonna train, do so with persistence and determination. Get yourself a schedule, one that challenges you a bit. Keep your sets at about 3, your repetition 8 to 12. And stick to that consistently for some time. I'm here training chest. And as you can see, I got 3 different workouts that I'm doing for the same muscle. Right here, this is the decline. Then I'm doing some incline. And then I head to the flat bench. If though for some reason you cannot find 3 different exercises for the particular muscle that you're working, try your best to do a little bit more than 3 sets. Give the muscle something to do so you can get some results. Head on to my last set of incline.